Hello, my name is Jeremy, just your average everyday guy. That is until sometime in my early 30s, I developed a spinal condition known as ankylosing spondylitis. It took me from this, 6 foot tall, to this, not 6 foot tall. But I wasn't going to let that get me down forever, so eventually I kicked some bad habits and started fighting back. I still get some pretty strange looks, but I'm now doing what I love, traveling and adventuring. My goal is to show other people with disabilities or anyone facing challenges that your best days don't have to be behind you and that there's always hope. So thanks for joining me, the Handicapped Hiker. On the last episode, I met up with some of the family in Glacier National Park. We spent our first 3 nights in the mini glacier area, hiking, sightseeing, and trying not to get eaten by bears. Day 4 is getting off to a slow and very sore start. Today we'll be caravanning down to the St. Mary entrance and crossing to the west side of the park on the acclaimed Going to the Sun Road. Our first stop along the way is the scenic overlook of Wild Goose Island on St. Mary Lake, which was featured in the opening scenes of the 1980 classic, The Shining. Next, we did the short and easy Sun Point Nature Trail. Originally, I wanted to do the hike to St. Mary Falls and Virginia Falls, but I think everyone's still recovering from yesterday's Grinnell Glacier hike. Besides, I always like to leave a reason for a future visit. After several passes by to find parking, we're going to check out the view from Jackson Glacier Overlook. Now, I'm not one to stir the pot, and I simply won't participate in any environmental or political arguments. I'm just stating an opinion here. We all know the ice is melting, but that is still a lot of ice, and I think we all can agree it's still very much worth coming here to see. Going to the Sun Road is roughly 50 miles long, and much of it is typically only open from early July to mid to late October due to massive amounts of snowfall in the higher elevations. This remarkable feat of civil engineering took 11 years to build and opened in July of 1933. It's now a National Historic Landmark and a Historic Civil Engineering Landmark. A few things to know ahead of time. There is no gas along the road inside the park, and there are vehicle size restrictions due to the narrow roadway and many winding hairpin turns. It's not for the faint of heart, but you'll be just fine if you take it easy and stay within your comfort zone. The speed limit is already pretty low, but it's a park, meant to be enjoyed after all. Other drivers can be patient and wait until you find the next safe pullout. As always, check the park's website for more information. The weather can change in an instant here, making for an interesting tailgate picnic at this roadside overlook. Boy, it's a good thing they're limiting the number of people in this park.
Although most of these people are probably leaving.
Another stop for another day. And here we are arriving in Apgar Village, where we'll be staying for the next 3 nights, right on the southwest shore of Lake McDonald. Day 5 begins with some tranquil views of Heaven's Peak across the lake. The only thing I have scheduled for today is kayaking, because I had to reserve them well in advance. Other than that, we're just kind of winging it today, which I hate, but the rest of the family hates being scheduled. If I didn't at least have a list of things I'd like to do, they'd all just sit on the hotel porch for 3 days, which would absolutely drive me nuts. But let's face it, we all have family, and you know as well as I do, some of them will just complain no matter what.
I don't know, I might be missing something good on TV.
After returning the kayaks, we decided to head over to Trail of the Cedars. This is a 0.9-mile accessible trail, mostly boardwalk with some hard-packed dirt. Midway through the trail, some of our group broke away and took the spur trail to Avalanche Lake. From the parking lot, Avalanche Lake is 6 miles total out and back, with with 757 feet of elevation gain and a reward of stunning views. Day 6 brought us back to Logan Pass. The trail to Hidden Lake Overlook is 2.7 miles total out and back, with 551 feet of elevation gain. Joining us on this hike is my Aunt Linda, who really wanted to do one of these hikes with us. She gave it a valiant effort and made it most of the way. Unfortunately, there were a lot more stairs than any of us were anticipating, but she did great. You see this guy? This cute, fluffy, seemingly harmless guy here that we're all carelessly surrounding and crowding? Yeah, he charged me. Someone threw a tree branch to scare him off, but I was ready to go hoof to hoof. And just like that, our time in Glacier National Park is coming to an end after 6 incredible days.
Yeah, it's like you have to book these places 13 months in advance.
That's crazy.
And you spend the whole year looking at like what there is to do in the areas, the best trails, the restaurants.
Yeah.
And then it comes and goes like that.
On our way out of the park, we stopped for a signed photo and lunch before dropping off my niece and nephew at the airport. So what's next for me? Adventure and lots of sand as I begin making my way south. So be sure to tune in for the next episode, and we'll see you then.